afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Please have a seat.
Thank
Have
you,
a
sir.
seat. Introduce yourself, please.
Sir, my name is Jyoti. I am from Rohtak. I have done BTech and MTech in Computer Science and Engineering. And in 2016, I joined Canara Bank as probationary officer. And for the last 6 years, I have been working in Canara Bank. And last year, I got promoted to Scale 2 Manager.
In which institution?
Canara Bank, sir.
Right now.
Yes, sir.
And where?
Sir, it's in Kharakala, district of Bhiwani.
Bhiwani.
Rural posting, yes, sir.
Then it's a very good profession. Then why you are jumping in this side?
Yes, sir. My banking career is good. I'm doing there very well. So, but my banking career, it's my job. It is restricted to just one finance sector. And HCS gives me opportunity to work in different sectors of government or administration and to serve the society in different ways and rather than just one financial inclusion and financial services. That's why I want to join HCS.
But we think that it's for the female, it's a good sector in banking as well. And this is a very hard and very tough job. You are 24, you have to work hard and go to here and there, a very transferable job. Then how you face it?
Sir, banking job is also a transferable job. It is all India level job. But sir, transfer is one other thing. I want to work in different sectors. And for that, I understand getting transfer here and there is part and parcel of one's professional life, be it bank or be it administration.
You're good, but in the comparison of banking and political pressure you have to face in this field.
Yes, sir, I feel that I'm capable to deal with every situation.
You are basically belongs from Berry.
No, sir, Rohtak.
इसमें लिखा हुआ है that is Jyoti. Your name is Jyoti?
Yes, sir, my name is Jyoti.
But
City, are you originally from Berry, Haryana?
you're from Rohtak.
Yes, sir, I'm from
Alright.
Rohtak.
It's okay.
Basically from Rohtak.
Okay. You are basically from Rohtak.
Yes, sir.
How much distance between Berry and Rohtak?
Sir, I don't know the exact distance, but it's around 40 kilometers. It's around 40 kilometers.
Okay, good. And have you faced in earlier time you SCS or first attempt it?
So it's second attempt.
It's second
Yes, sir. In 2019, I have given one interview.
19. Then what
Yes.
fate?
I was not able to make it to the finalist.
Oh,
Yes.
very unfortunate.
Yes.
Then what do you know about Haryana? Who founded in that it's so claim in which century or who founded the Haryana?
Haryana, sir, its mention is in ancient time as Yodhya Ganraja Republic. We have found its reference in ancient sources, and since in modern times it was the part of Punjab also. Later on, it got bifurcated in Punjab and Haryana, and it formed in 1st November 1966.
Then that is Harshvardhana, some link with Haryana Foundation in Harshvardhana.
Harshvardhana. Sorry, sir.
No.
Actually, I'm unable to recall right now. I have read it somewhere, but I am unable to recall right now.
Oh, no problem. That is, you have completed your graduation
Yes, sir.
from PAC.
No, sir. From Vash College of Engineering. I don't.
Alright.
Yes.
Yeah, there are certain confusion with the details.
Ah.
What is your college?
Sir, Vash College of Engineering.
Bash College of Engineering.
Okay. Good. Then I want to know about constitution. How you satisfy or think it's now need to amend it totally constitution or not we are in good form?
Sir, our constitution is in what I feel it's in good form, but like any other country, some modification amendments are required as per the time.
Like that?
For example, sir, what I feel is to make it more conclusive. For example, the LGBT rights, these should be accommodated in our constitution itself, because nowadays we are seeing that this is also one kind of different community which needs to be protected through constitution and through various laws.
Mm.
And this I want, and other things.
When it was to be reorganized from the Punjab,
Yes, sir.
which committee recommendation most effect or involvement in this? Which committee?
Sir, it's Hukum Singh committee.
Who comes in?
Yes, sir.
And linguistic upon that is division of all of state in India.
Yes.
In who was in Hukam Singh in that committee, linguistic committee? He was part of in committee or not? Hukam
Linguistic
Singh.
reorganization
Yes,
of
yes,
states. Sir,
Hukam Singh was in part of or not?
sir, I'm unable
No,
to
okay,
remember
no
right
problem,
now.
no
Sorry.
No problem. Which part of constitution not information and not enforceable in court?
Sir, fundamental duties and director principles of state policies.
Policies are not
Yes.
absolutely correct.
Yes.
There's no doubt. And about your hobbies, what's your hobby? What you that is in leisure time, in free time, what you want to do? How to pass your time?
Sir, in free time, I like to watch stand-up comedies, and cooking is also my hobby.
It means Kapil Sharma. You like it?
Not exactly Kapil Sharma, sir. YouTube comedians like Zakir Khan, and one is Gaurav Kapoor. I'm a big fan of him.
Okay. Jyoti madam,
Yes, sir.
how you face that at the time of two party? One of belongs from Congress, another belongs from BJP,
Yes, sir.
or maybe in two communities. One of that is procession of Hindu, of any, another is in Muslim. Want to take the permission same way, same time. How you face at that situation if you appointed SDM of the area? Land order will be your most priority to maintain in your area. If you appoint it in that its area, how to maintain it? How to prefer that it's both the party, both the person seek that they want to take the permission in same time, in same place. How you face it?
Sir,
How to handle it?
Sir, because while working in administration, one officer's job is to do the justice to his job and work as per the provisions of the constitution and the interest of people. So be it Congress or BJP or other party, I will follow as per the rules, as per the constitution.
How it justify that it's that both the party want to take the permission for same time, for same place? How to merit? How you will decide it?
Sir, sorry to say, I'm actually unable to decode permission for what thing.
परमिशन में भी प्रोसेस एंड मे बी जैसे कि जलसा निकाल रहे हैं
Okay, from the administration.
एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन देन हाउ टू वो आपको परमिशन दे वांट टू टेक परमिशन हैव टू टेक परमिशन
Yes, sir, before session.
if they want to hold in rally or in procession or in jagrata jago etc
Yes, sir.
same path from sector it mean Beri to Rohtak
Yes, sir.
in one path, one place,
Yes, sir.
one time, 3 o'clock, then how you priority will decide you?
Sir, first of all, I will delineate all the rules that whatever is a procession, it should be peaceful without any arms, and I will give the permission on first come first serve basis.
Absolutely good. I want to know that. Have any question, please?
Okay. So, Jyoti, can you repeat your hobbies?
Sir, watching stand-up comedies and cooking.
And cooking.
Yes, sir.
So, stand-up comedy, you favor YouTube stand-up comedians.
Yes, sir.
Don't you think all these new YouTube stand-up comedians are actually copying the West? The kind of culture that is practiced in USA. That's the similar culture that is being practiced by our stand-up comedians in India. Don't you think we should be a bit more original as far as this stand-up comedy, as this art form is concerned? Do you find that it's Indian, or do you find it's? Do you think that it's a complete copy of the West?
Sir, actually, honestly, I haven't watched many of foreign comedians.
You haven't. You only follow Indian stand-up
Yes, sir.
comedians.
And still, if this is so,
Hmm.
I think I watch it for the for passing my free time, and even if they are copying it, the word should, it is not copying. They are taking inspiration from them.
Hmm.
And if one is taking inspiration and doing something on stand-up comedy as stand-up comedy on YouTube,
Hmm.
and with all the permissions of copyright, etc., then I think it's okay, because they're doing it within the limits of rules and law.
Okay.
Any
yeah.
kind of art form should be encouraged.
No, I was not talking about law and order. I was just talking about the art form. Should we encourage Indian art forms or should we encourage Western art forms? But that's okay. That's your opinion.
So I feel that art form should be encouraged, whether it's foreign or Indian origin.
All art forms
doesn't
should be
have
welcome.
any religion or any class.
So all art forms should be encouraged.
Encouraged, yes.
Okay. Your next hobby was cooking.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which cuisine do you favor? Or which is your speciality, if I may
Sir,
ask?
it's a sweet dish called kheer.
Okay, that's it?
It's my favorite, and I like to make it again and again
Okay.
with some modifications.
Do you like Indian cuisine or Western cuisine, or as they say, continental? Which is your favorite cuisine? And I'm talking about cuisine, not dish.
Yes, sir. Sir, I prefer every cuisine. I like to taste. I like to try every kind of cuisine, be it Indian or foreign or anything.
But if you have to choose, if I press you to choose.
Sir, I like Indian, and in Indian also I'm a sweet tooth actually.
Hmm.
I like sweet dishes.
Achha.
Yes.
All right. Let me get back to that question that sir asked about why do you want to join HCS. So, should I, if I interpreted it correctly,
Yes.
I think social service and diverse opportunities is your
Yes.
major objective.
Yes, sir.
Status, money, power, privileges, they didn't motivate you at all?
So they are also primarily my reason is to work in different sections of administration and working for the society. And second, and yes sir, it gives it's a good job opportunity, and its perks and privileges are good. I'm not denying the fact this.
Mhm.
I'm not denying this fact. And
Okay.
it gives good powers for implementing the policies and for the betterment of society also.
So if I ask you to rank all these motivating factors in order, how would you place them?
So primarily just like I have earlier also said that I want to work in different sections of administration. I will work for the betterment of society, and then it's in personal capacity also, it gives me the good progress in the career. That is secondary. Yes sir.
Okay. What's your optional?
So history. Indian
History.
history, yes sir.
Okay. You find history interesting?
Yes sir.
Yes. And that's maybe that was the reason why you chose history.
Yes sir.
Which is your favorite period? Ancient, medieval, modern?
Modern sir.
Modern. And why so?
Because sir, while studying in school after 10th, sorry, I haven't read history. It's because my father was MA in history. That's why I really like history. I find it quite fascinating. That's why I like history and modern history, because somehow I feel that these are the events that happened lately. That's why I like it, because I can recall it fastly while studying in school. That's why.
Okay. As they say, generally it is said that India was, like they use this phrase also, Sone ki chidiya back in the day. India was great during the ancient or medieval times.
Yes, sir.
My question to you is, do you think India was greater during the ancient times or during the medieval times?
So India greatest, I will concise it in different forms, be it ancient or medieval. In terms of economy, India was greater during ancient time, because all the European all the trade of silk, be it silk trade or other trade, it used to happen with India intermediation. And this debate, ancient or medieval, it is proposed through the colonial historians, because they wanted to create a division on the basis of religion, that ancient India was in ancient time India was greater because it was ruled by Hindu kings, and in medieval time it was ruled by Muslim kings.
Who proposed this periodization?
S-
This Hindu, Muslim, British phase.
Sir, it's colonial interpretation.
colonial
I'm
historian?
sorry, sir. If I'll take any name, I might be wrong. I don't want to take.
Please guess. Take a guess.
So, John Seeley and sorry.
It's James Mill.
Okay, James.
James Mill. Yeah. Any which way. So you have not given me an answer. Which period was greater, ancient or medieval? And if you have to give me a one-word answer. Okay, one sentence. Chalo, I'll be generous.
Sir, I would again say in terms of economy, politics.
Ancient was greater. Politics,
No,
ancient
sir,
was greater.
ancient, medieval, I can't take a single name because in ancient time Ashoka was there. At that point of time, whole of the continent was under Ashoka, and in medieval time under Akbar, whole of the Indian subcontinent was under Akbar. So I can't take one name. I can't take one word.
All right. Recently a particular organization released Haryana's unemployment figures,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And those were pretty depressing figures
Yes, sir.
because they say that in Haryana unemployment is very high. Now I want you to answer 3 questions. Okay, number 1, which organization released that report? Number 2, what were the unemployment figures for Haryana? And number 3, what are the causes behind such high unemployment figures?
So first one is Indian Monitoring Center for Economy published this report, and it was around 36%. It was around 36.7% for Haryana, and the causes behind unemployment in Haryana are not just one. It's various factors. First one is earlier Haryana used to have an agriculture-based economy. Everybody, not everybody, the descendants of agriculture families used to work in the fields. They used to prefer to go to agriculture sector. But nowadays they are diverging. They are moving towards service sector. But as the whole of the India scenario, service sector, there is a lack of jobs in every sector. That's why it's in Haryana also. And second thing, sir, some skill sets are also required for particular type of jobs, and this is, I would again say, not the specific problem of Haryana but whole of the India, that students they are getting passed out from the institutions with some lack of some skills required for the jobs. For example, say engineering jobs. Some of the engineers, they are unable to code even one simple program. That is, I'm not generalizing everyone, but this is the problem with many institutions, that skill set is not required skill set is not there. That is also one of the factor.
Okay. There are various experts who have said that in-migration is also a problem because various migrants from other states take up jobs that are for Haryanvi people.
Yes.
Right? There is that problem. Do you agree with that problem? That this is a problem?
So to some extent, we can say this.
To some extent, there
Yes,
is.
sir.
So, among your list of reasons, I will add this also, that in-migration is also a problem to an extent.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, my question is, Haryana government actually tried to solve this problem. They actually came up with a policy to reserve certain private jobs up to a certain percentage, 75%.
Yes, sir.
Reserve private jobs for people who are domiciled in Haryana.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree with this policy measure?
Sir, it's a good policy measure on behalf of government of Haryana to reduce the unemployment that is which is very high in Haryana as per this report which has recently
CMIE
come.
report, yeah.
It's a good step in that direction, but its efficiency is not known, sir, because how far it will be efficient in this problem of solving unemployment of Haryana, that is not known.
That is not known
That
because
is
that
not
has
known.
not been implemented.
Yes, yes.
It has never been implemented in
And-
the entire country.
Yes.
Never. No state has ever implemented this.
No, sir. Actually, I have read it somewhere, but I'm unable to recall. I think maybe one state has implemented this. One.
Okay, but you don't know the name.
I'm unable to recognize. Sir.
But my friend's question that it's in same 75 reservation for Haryana domiciled person.
Yes, sir.
There is some how to face that it's problem in for Haryanvis. What type of problem we have to face, or we will face it? What type of? In 75% reservation in Haryana only.
So 75 reservation, basically it is the violation of right of equality as per the constitution. also.
This is a fundamental right. Haryana government give the performance priority to their resident only. Haryana government is liable to welfare of their premises only.
Yes.
Not of Rajasthan, not of Punjab. But what the side effect of this?
Sir, side effect of this policy, you are
Mm,
asking,
mm,
sir,
mm.
it will fuel the problem of son of soil policy.
Okay.
Because
Number
that is
one.
number one. That is the case in Maharashtra also.
Mhm.
Sir, second, it will discourage the migration, which is helping our Haryana in different sectors. For example, labor is dominated by the migrants in Haryana.
Mm, mm,
It will discourage them.
Okay. And
And sir, it is debatable in court also.
it is debatable in court also.
Yes, sir.
Legal problem.
Yes,
legal
sir.
I think this another problem is that it's if you are restricted to Haryana, enter in Rajasthan, Rajasthan will restrict create that it's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It will. It's a Pandora's box. Other
Right.
states can also do.
can
the
also
same.
do it.
Yes, sir.
Then we
Yes,
are
sir. We were, restricted
restricted for
opportunities.
their our in Haryana also
Yes.
that it's okay. Then the per capita income, which state in high or in average in hierarchy that it's in position one, which state belong in per capita income
Sir, it's our Haryana, 2.74 lakhs per capita income.
in across the India?
Yes, sir.
Haryana is top one.
Yes, sir.
I think it's Goa, no?
Sir, I have read it somewhere. It's 2.74 lakhs.
Okay.
Haryana.
And in district, which district is per capita income is high?
Sir, Gurugram.
Good
Yes, sir.
one. Second one is
I'm sorry, sir.
Faridabad.
I'm unable to recall. Yes.
Faridabad.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Then it means you think that Haryana income per capita is much high.
Yes.
But the government's if you credit goes to government or society or people, we are standing per capita income high.
Yes, sir.
To whom credit goes?
Sir, credit goes to everyone, to government policies, to private sector, to agriculture sector. Every sector is contributing to Haryana's GDP and per capita income. And Gurugram basically has more credit because their private sector is booming because of it's a manufacturing hub, and Gurugram is also called as capital of call centers of world because major call centers are situated there. That is why it's everybody's contribution.
And what you want to know about that it's the equality before law. What do you want to know about what's from in which article equality before law? In which article it's fall and that is what you want to know about.
Sir, it's Article 14 of Constitution of India. It says that be it high class or low class, rich or poor, everyone is equal before law.
In which article?
Sir, 14.
14.
Yes.
And another
Art-
spotted
Sir,
article.
14 and 14B is a equal protection of law, which gives for provisions for depressed classes.
In which article minorities word mentioned?
Article, sir,
which
it's Article 29.
Good one.
Okay, tell me how many divisions are there in Haryana?
Sir, 6 divisions.
How many subdivisions?
Subdivisions, sir, it's 73.
73. Okay. Did you Google it before coming to this interview?
Yes, sir.
did.
It might be 1 or 2.
Okay. Okay. Which is the most populous? I'm not saying popular. Populous district in Haryana. City in Haryana.
Faridabad, sir.
Faridabad. Sure about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Recently, a new city has been declared as the commissioner, which will come under the commissionerate system. There are 3 cities that are under the police commissionerate system.
Okay.
Recently, another city has been declared as coming under police commissionerate.
Commissionerate.
Which is that city? Which
Yeah.
city is it?
I
It is.
have read it, sir, but I am unable to recall right now, sir. Sorry.
Okay. Do you
Any
know about the
guess?
other 3?
Commissionerate city. I have read it, sir, but right now I'm unable to recognize.
Do you
I'm
know what-
unable to recall.
Do you know what police commissionerate system is?
Sir, police commissionerate system exactly. I'm actually right now I'm unable to.
No idea.
Sorry, sir. I have read it, but right now I'm unable to reply. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Any commissionerate city? Any commissionerate,
Sir,
if you know.
I think it's the range, Hisar range and a particular set of cities.
Okay, no problem. So, did you travel? You've traveled today from Rohtak, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So while traveling, while going through the highway, while traveling from Rohtak to Chandigarh,
Okay, sir.
how many cities, or don't tell me how many cities, tell me which all cities did you visit while coming to Chandigarh? From Rohtak to Chandigarh, just name the cities that came in a particular in that order.
Sir, from Rohtak, I went to around Mehem. It's not city. It's a bypass around Hisar district, Mehem. Then it's a bypass around Jeend. Then Pihova came. After that, sir, it's around Kurukshetra.
Hmm.
It's besides Karnal. Karnal also come before Kurukshetra. Then
Mhm.
Kurukshetra. After that, Pipli.
Hmm.
After that, we enter Ambala.
Hmm.
After Ambala, then Chandigarh border starts with Zirakpur and all.
You're sure about it? You're not missing any city?
Might be, sir. I
Hmm.
might be missing.
All right. Okay. Yesterday was Republic Day.
Yes, sir.
It is 26th January. So why do we celebrate Republic Day?
We celebrate Republic Day because it is the sign of that our president is elected and it's not a monarchy. Republic basically word means where the head of the state is elected, not the.
I asked you, why do we celebrate Republic Day? I didn't ask you what is a republic.
Sir, it has historic importance because in 1929 Lahore session of Congress they decided to celebrate Indian independence on 26th of January next year, that is 1930. But to give importance to that event, it is celebrated on 26th of January, despite the fact that it was completed in 26th of November 1949. We celebrated on 26th of January.
Mhm. To enforce enactment of our
Yes, sir.
constitution, you
Yes.
celebrate that.
Yes, sir.
All right. ठीक है. Now, रिपब्लिक शब्द के बारे में अगर हम बात करें, गणतंत्र शब्द के बारे में अगर हम बात करें, तो इंडिया एक रिपब्लिक है.
Yes, sir.
इंडिया किस और कंट्री से इंस्पायर हुआ था रिपब्लिक शब्द को यूज करने के लिए? कोई एक पर्टिकुलर देश था जिससे इंडिया इंस्पायर हुआ था?
Yes. Sir, it's France.
फ्रांस.
Yes.
बिल्कुल सही जवाब है. अच्छा, फ्रांस की अगर तो आयरलैंड आपका क्या होगा? आयरलैंड भी रिपब्लिक है?
Ireland, sir. I'm not sure about its political structure. I'm sorry.
ओके. और इंग्लैंड, यूके?
UK, it's not republic, sir, because
not republic.
its head of the state is based on its head of the state has a monarchical position. It's not elected that either directly or indirectly.
ठीक है.
What do you think about the democracy? From where it word picked up?
Democracy, sir, it's picked up from the ideals of revolutions of Europe. For example, American Revolution, France Revolution. From there, the word came, democracy, for the people, by the people, of the people.
This is the by the people, for the people, of the people. It comes from French Revolution. But democracy from first time in which country it has been tried to establish that it's a democracy. First country of the democracy in the world.
Sir, it's America. USA was first.
First democratic country.
Sure.
Republic and democratic.
Not
Sure.
republic, democratic was USA.
Sir, because it got independence far ago. It was the first country to draft a constitution and based on the ideas of democratic.
This America may be in first constitutional democratic country.
Yes,
you
sir.
know.
Yes.
But I want to know that it's a first democracy from where? In a Magna Carta something, have you heard about it?
Which कौन सा देश सबसे पहले अपने आप को डेमोक्रेटिक कह सकते हैं? किस देश को? कहाँ सबसे पहले डेमोक्रेसी आई?
कहाँ से आई? मैग्ना कार्टा कोई शब्द सुना है?
Magna Carta, sir, England. It's
सुना है इसके बारे में?
yes, sir. I have read it.
हाँ,
Magna
किस-
Carta of Constitution. It's fundamental rights, the portion.
चलो, give up it. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
It's okay. All right. You know anything about Russia-Ukraine war?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll ask you a question on it. Recently, the Western countries, Western European countries and America, they have imposed oil price cap regime on Russia. What is that regime?
Oil cap regime. sir.
Oil price cap regime on Russia.
Sir, I'm sorry. I have read it, but right now I'm unable to recall that.
Do you know anything about Russia-Ukraine war?
Yes, sir. Because it's the legacy of the old USSR regime. Because Russia wants Ukraine because it used to be the part of USSR, and Russia is against entering Ukraine or any other prior USSR state to enter the European unions, like European institutions, just like European Union, NATO, etc. And it wants sovereignty on its earlier USSR states.
Okay, one more question. Don't you think China would also get encouraged because Russia has successfully invaded Ukraine? Don't you think China would also get encouraged because it is also trying to bolster its power? It is also trying to showcase its power, and it is under Xi Jinping. It is trying to flex its muscles, if I may say so.
Yes.
So don't you think Taiwan and India should be scared? Leave aside Taiwan. Don't you think there is a possibility that China might invade India in the near future?
So possibility, there are some certain instances. For example, China is now building dams on Brahmaputra just to divert the water of Brahmaputra from India and Bangladesh. But I don't think this will lead to one invasion of China towards India, because China is also a well-developed state, but India has also developed its military and other capacities since 1962. I don't think it is possible in nowadays scenario that China can invade India. India is a big country compared to Crimea or Ukraine.
So you think India has the capabilities to deter China?
Capabilities deter China also, sir, but politically and on international front, diplomatically also, India can handle China. That is what my view is.
India can handle
Yes.
China. All right. Thank you, Jyoti.
Yes. I want to know about in which constitution's article state is mentioned.
State is mentioned.
In which article?
So actually, state is defined in article. It's before fundamental rights. It's article. I'm sorry, sir. I might be wrong. It's article.
No problem. Go ahead.
Sorry, article 12. It's
12.
article 12.
And 13?
12 and 13. I'm telling you, I was confused. It's 12 or 13 because before fundamental rights, state is defined, well defined. What is the word means state? Because in every fundamental right and directive principle of state policy, state word is mentioned. So it's defined before fundamental rights. Sorry, 12 or 13.
And
I might be wrong.
fundamental duties
Yes, sir.
are mentioned at the time of constitution when it was prepared, or later on. In which year, if you?
Sir, it was prepared later on the basis of recommendation of Swan Singh Committee in through 42nd Amendment Act 1976. 42nd Amendment
42nd.
Act, during Indira Gandhi's time.
Okay. And this is the Do you like that this is a very lengthy constitution that it should be in very slim and fit body, that is a very heavy and healthy constitution? So what you valuable suggestion about it? Should be corrected it up?
No, sir, it's a very good constitution. It's the lengthiest of all the world's constitution, but the reason behind it is this: since it has provisions for in detail for state, for center, every duty is delineated, and there are certain measures for other classes and special treatment for minority, other depressed classes. That is why it's quite vast compared to other countries, and it is a different kind of constitution, not just federal, not completely federal, not completely central constitution. That is why it's quite vast. And second thing is also it was prepared by mostly lawyers at that point of time. So every provision is dealt in quite detail. That is why it's quite large, and most and all the good features from different constitutions was taken into our constitution. They tried to incorporate all the good elements from all the constitution. That's why it's quite large.
And about observation, reservation,
Yes, sir.
should we now need it?
So that is a settled issue by courts, because as the court has also given judgment that it should be based on the social criteria of a person, and recently it is given on the basis of economical conditions also.
No,
It
I
should-
want to know your view only.
So my view is it should be given on the basis of some empirical form of data. New yardsticks should be formed. On the basis of that, it should be given.
Should be given
Yes.
socially and economically.
Yes, sir, our respective Supreme Court has also given this verdict, and I completely believe in this, that it should be given on the basis of different yardsticks that need to be formed.
Okay. And from at my end, your
Yeah. Thank you, Jyoti.
good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So Jyoti, tell me, how do you think your interview went?
Sir, I think it was good.
It was good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How was the experience though?
Good, sir. It was a good experience.
It was a good experience.
Yes, sir.
Pleasant experience. Are you sure?
Good, sir. Sorry.
Did you make any mistakes? Were you conscious enough to realize them?
Yes, sir. I think one or two questions.
Hmm.
One was police commissionerate and
Hmm.
the Magna Carta, and third one also I'm unable to recall. But
It's okay.
2, 3.
Look, what we do is each and every interview aspirant is judged on 6 parameters. So we judge you on 6 parameters. I'll just list down those parameters, and then we'll talk about about these parameters one by one. How did you fare in these parameters? All right. First is behavior and body language. The other is personal profile as per your form, your hobbies, your educational background, your work experience, if any. Then academic knowledge, verbal communication, intellectual and moral integrity. The reason why we ask you this question, why do you want to join HCS? It's actually to judge your answers. That's why I pressed you on it also. Is money, power, are these also the motivations? And your answer was fairly honest. Generally, people who are trying to portray themselves as morally superior, they say, nahi,
Just
bilkul nahi.
social service.
Sirf social service.
That is
So you mentioned that that is also a motivation, but
Secondary.
these things are also motivating me.
Yes.
So that reflected that you're honest in your answers. So you're not pretending. The other is balance of judgment, critical assimilation. We ask 2 types of questions. One are factual questions. So for example, I asked you how many divisions are there in Haryana? How many subdivisions are there in Haryana? These are factual questions. All right. They are just to check your GK, your awareness. There are certain opinion-based questions, like the question on Haryana unemployment or the 75% reservation issues, right? So we are seeking for your opinions, and we are actually checking whether your opinions are balanced or not, right? Do you know the 2 sides to this story? Or do you know both the sides? Or you just know one side and you're biased towards that side? We want to check your balance of judgment. So let's talk about all these parameters one by one. Okay, सबसे पहले तो behavior and body language. Initially, I thought that your body language was good. It was confident. But afterwards, later in the interview, I found that you were a little nervous also, because I guess 1 or 2 questions you answered incorrectly, so you got a little nervous. That's what I could judge from your body language. Were you nervous at all for this interview?
Sir, actually, in all my interview process, I am nervous in the initial phase, and as
then
the
afterwards,
questions,
that happens with everyone.
then I feel very
First
comfortable.
couple of minutes are nervous, yeah.
But
And
I
that's
think I
going to be the
was
case.
confident in rest of the interview. I think.
Okay. Then your personal profile is excellent. I don't want to change a thing. Your form is excellent. Your educational background, your engineering, then your work experience, hobbies, they were all, I mean, you don't have to worry about that. As far as academic knowledge is concerned, when is your interview? When is it scheduled?
First.
First. So you have some days, like 3 or 4 days. Please brush up on your Haryana GK.
Okay.
Please do that because maximum questions are going to be from Haryana. Right? Most of the board members are going to ask questions on Haryana. They might ask you, so prepare Haryana GK and prepare your district. Prepare Rohtak. Everything about Rohtak.
Okay,
Whether it's Rohtak's history, whether it's Rohtak's geography, whether it's Rohtak's tourist attraction points, whether it's the PGI in Rohtak,
yes,
right?
sir.
Everything about Rohtak you should know.
Okay,
Alright?
sir.
And also a lot of things about Haryana also. Please brush up your Haryana GK. It won't take much of your time. You can just scroll down the Wikipedia page of Haryana. That
Okay,
would
sir.
be all.
Okay.
Just make sure that you focus on these specific issues like formation of Haryana,
Okay, sir.
like Shah Commission report,
Yes, sir.
and whose demand was it for Haryana's formation? Who demanded Haryana? Who demanded that Haryana should be carved out of Punjab? Did Haryanvis demand it, or did Punjabis demanded this
Yes.
formation? So do that. Then Haryana's geography, Haryana's drainage system,
Yes, sir.
and division, subdivision. And one more thing, please do study Haryana's current issues. So, for example, this unemployment issue,
Yes, sir.
this commissionerate issue, you should know.
Yes.
Actually, the answer was Sonipat.
Okay.
Sonipat has recently been inducted into this police commissionerate system. Total 4 cities
So
are there.
what is exactly commissionerate system? I thought
You don't
it's
know
the
about
range.
commissionerate system?
I thought it's
No.
the same range, police range.
Police commissionerate system is so for example, there are 2 systems. You know, there are IGs, DIGs, and
yes.
all that. This is IGP system.
Okay.
The other is police commissionerate system. So in that case, in that situation or in that commissionerate, you do not have DIG or IG of police. You have police commissioner, chief commissioner of police. So chief commissioner of police has certain extra powers. Generally in IGP system, the office of SP and the office of district magistrate, they have certain conflicting powers, investigation, approvals and all.
Executive powers.
Executive powers. In police commissionerate system, a lot of powers that are given to district magistrate are given to police commissioner. So he is able to handle that city properly. But still, you have to read up on it or zyada.
Okay.
Because again, they will get into nitty-gritties. They might get into nitty-gritties.
Okay, sir.
So do that. Academic knowledge, please prepare your Haryana. And there were a few questions from history also that you answered incorrectly. That's okay. History won't be that important. Important would be Haryana. Haryana GK should be covered.
Okay, sir.
Then let's come to verbal communication. And yahan pe I want to tell you this very important thing. If the question is asked to you in English, reply in English. But I deliberately asked you a question couple of times in Hindi. Your reply should be in Hindi.
Sorry, sir. Actually,
I know.
I forgot.
You forgot. It was clear on your face that you're
I
not
forgot.
conscious of this fact.
Yes, sir.
But be conscious of this fact.
Yes, sir.
Maximum, or I guess 40 to 50%, not 40 to 50%, more than majority of board members would be uncomfortable in English themselves. They would ask you questions in Hindi.
Yes, sir. Last time also, I prepared my intro in English, but जैसे ही मैंने एंट्री किया, they were like, बताइए अपने बारे में.
बताइए अपने बारे में. तो जब
मैं
वो
हिंदी में ही बोलना पड़ा.
हाँ, तो
Because
अगर
जिस
आपसे
language में-
सवाल हिंदी में कर रहे हैं तो
जी.
आप जवाब इंग्लिश में करेंगे तो इट अपीयर्स अ लिटिल कॉन्डेसेंडिंग.
Yes, sir.
तो इसीलिए हिंदी में जवाब देना. एंड लेट मी टेल यू, मैक्सिमम लोग शायद वहां पे आपसे, हो सकता है आपका सारा इंटरव्यू हिंदी में,
मेरा लास्ट टाइम पूरा हिंदी में गया.
पूरा हिंदी में गया
Yes,
था.
सबका गया था. हमारे
हाँ,
स्लॉट में
हाँ,
सबका
हाँ.
हिंदी में गया था.
तो इसीलिए
तो इनफैक्ट जो इंग्लिश बोल भी रहे थे वो बोल रहे थे स्पीक इन हिंदी, आप ग्राउंड लेवल पे काम करने वाले हो, हिंदी में बात करो.
तो वो चीज हो सकती है।
Yes, sir.
तो इसीलिए उस चीज का प्लीज ध्यान
Yes, sir,
दें।
sorry.
इंग्लिश में पूछा है तो इंग्लिश में जवाब दे दो, देयर इज नो इशू विद दैट।
Yes, sir.
पर अगर हिंदी में कोई पूछ रहा है तो हिंदी में जवाब देना पड़ेगा।
तो ऑफेंड हो सकते हैं।
ऑफेंड हो सकते हैं, कॉन्डेसेंडिंग लग सकता है।
Yes.
एक बारी तो चल जाता है, क्योंकि एक बारी ना इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ट्रांजिशन ऑल्सो ना, फ्रॉम एकदम से इंग्लिश से
So,
हिंदी, इट्स
yes.
वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ट्रांजिशन। तो एक सवाल का आपने इंग्लिश में जवाब दे दिया, दैट इज अ परमिसिबल मिस्टेक, वो भी समझेंगे। पर जब वो बार बार आपसे हिंदी में पूछ रहा है और बार बार आप इंग्लिश में दे रहे हो जवाब,
Yes.
वो प्रॉब्लमैटिक हो जाएगा। सो वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन में बस इस चीज का आप ध्यान रखें,
Okay, sir.
ठीक है। एज फार एज इंटेलेक्चुअल एंड मॉरल इंटेग्रिटी इज कंसर्न, फुल मार्क्स फ्रॉम माय साइड, बिकॉज वो HCS वाला क्वेश्चन आपने अच्छे से टैकल किया था, इट showcased your honesty, so that was good. As far as balance of judgment is concerned, because there were a few questions that were not prepared,
Yes.
like you had to think them
Yes, sir.
on that very spot, at that very spot, at
Yes.
that very moment.
I was not prepared.
You were not prepared.
Yes, sir.
So that is why your arguments or your answers were not
Up to-
proper,
proper.
not short and crisp.
Yes, sir.
They were not crisp, they were not short, and they were verbose. Verbosity was
Well
there.
prepared. नहीं.
Well prepared नहीं था।
Exactly, sir.
तो इसीलिए कुछ चीजें आपकी प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं थी, इसीलिए यू हैड टू थिंक क्विकली वहां पे, और उसी समय सोचना है। सो दैट वाज अ प्रॉब्लम।
Yes, sir.
So make sure that certain general questions are prepared, like your introduction, like you have prepared your introduction.
Yes.
So your introduction is prepared, you have rehearsed it also.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, why do you want to join the services should be prepared. Prepare an answer for it.
Yes, sir.
Prepare an answer for your history optional as well. They'll ask you why do you like history, और history में history ही क्यों choose किया
ये
आपने?
तो सर मैंने ऑनेस्टली बताया बिकॉज
हाँ आपने
मेरे
honestly
फादर
बताया।
थे इसीलिए
हाँ,
मेरा
तो
इंटरेस्ट है
वो
बिकॉज
भी
मैंने
ना
कंप्यूटर
अपने
साइंस
लेट पहुंचे उस पे,
Yes, sir.
शॉर्ट एंड क्रिस्प रखते ना।
Okay.
मेरे फादर ने ही शुरू से इनकलकेट किया था, मेरे
Yes,
फादर
sir.
का इंटरेस्ट था, मेरी भी उसमें रुचि हो गई।
हाँ
तो इसी वजह से हिस्ट्री है
यस सर
ये, और ये 2 लाइन में खत्म,
ओके सर
शॉर्ट एंड क्रिस्प,
यस सर
है ना, वो चीज है। और या बैलेंस ऑफ जजमेंट में ये है, प्लीज प्रिपेयर हरियाणा स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चंस, स्पेशली हरियाणा करंट अफेयर्स। इसे अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट वाला था, आपको पता नहीं था, सेंटर फॉर मॉनिटरिंग इंडियन इकोनॉमी था, 37.4% अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट था।
यस सर एग्जैक्टली ये तो डेटा मैंने याद कर लिया था, मॉनिटरिंग एंड इंडियन इकोनॉमी सिर्फ इतना ही
CMI कह रहे थे,
हाँ
CMI
एग्जैक्टली हाँ
और कॉजेज में भी, जैसे व्हाट वी वर एक्चुअली फिशिंग फॉर दिस आंसर फ्रॉम यू, कि अगर ये कर देंगे, इफ यू गो फॉरवर्ड विद दिस पॉलिसी, देन इट विल एक्चुअली hamper ease of doing business in Haryana, and many investors would move out from Haryana. So instead of so the main objective of the policy was to provide more jobs to people domiciled in Haryana, but if investors would move out, then those jobs are going to move out in which you are providing reservation.
यस सर
ये वो एक factor था।
बिकॉज़ गुरुग्राम में भी जो इन्वेस्टर्स है वो कंटेंट कर रहे हैं कोर्ट में
हाँ
उस टाइम सर
उस टाइम ऑफ द कप नहीं आता ना, तो
Yes,
ये
sir.
चीज अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट वाला। अच्छा, एक और इशू which we didn't touch upon in this interview, but you need to prepare that is SYL.
यस सर
वो करा हुआ है आपने प्रिपेयर?
इस शॉर्ट आई नो इट्स समरी कि ये एक जैसे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट के बाद एक कैनाल जो है वो बिल्ड करनी थी, पंजाब ने अपनी साइड से नहीं किया, हरियाणा ने की हुई है, बट इसका मैं लास्ट में ये कंक्लूजन है कि सर बिकॉज पंजाब में खुद भी जो एरिया है ना बहुत ज्यादा वाटर है नहीं, तो एक वन एक्सपर्ट कमेटी शुड बी कंस्टिट्यूटेड टू सी इट्स वायबिलिटी कि वहाँ पे एक्सेस में वाटर है भी या नहीं।
बस ठीक है, आपको नॉलेज है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ओपिनियन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन में, तो ये चीजें आपको ध्यान रखनी है। वैसे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, योर बॉडी लैंग्वेज इज ऑल्सो गुड, आपका पर्सनल प्रोफाइल भी अच्छा है। आउट ऑफ दीज 6 पैरामीटर्स आई वुड आस्क यू टू वर्क ऑन 2, and that is academic knowledge, brush up your Haryana portion, and verbal communication। वो आप अब तो आप कर ही लोगे, हिंदी में सवाल पूछेंगे, हिंदी में जवाब देना बस।
फ्लो में मैं एक्चुअली रिवाइंड भी नहीं कर पा रही, आपने हिंदी में कब पूछा था?
आपको याद भी नहीं आ रहा?
याद भी नहीं आ रहा।
मैंने गणतंत्र वगैरह
अच्छा,
कुछ याद है?
आई थॉट आपने मेरे को क्लैरिटी के लिए हिंदी में बोला है,
नहीं
मेरे को ऐसा लगा।
मुझे तो यू आर वेरी फ्लुएंट इन इंग्लिश,
आई थॉट कि मेरे को लगा आपको लगा होगा कि समझ नहीं आ रहा तो
नहीं
हिंदी में बता देंगे।
यू आर फ्लुएंट इन इंग्लिश। कई बार ऐसा होता है, जैसे कई बार सर के क्वेश्चन आप इंटरप्रेट नहीं कर पा रहे थे, कुछ ऐसा होता है, बट वो मैं लगातार आपको उस टाइम देख रहा था, क्योंकि वहां पे भी ऐसा हो सकता है ना, तो इसीलिए आप के एक्सप्रेशंस कैसे हैं, आर यू गेटिंग डिस्ट्रैक्टेड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस, एकदम आपका चेन ऑफ थॉट रह गया, आप आए तो कॉन्फिडेंट थे पर एकदम से इस वजह से थोड़ा वो हिल गए एकदम से कि अभी मुझे तो क्वेश्चन नहीं समझ आ रहा, अब मैं कैसे रिप्लाई करूं, एकदम
वो
थोड़ा
सर
सा।
जो क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे थे ना, मैं समझ नहीं पा रही थी वो मतलब क्वेश्चन क्या है एग्जैक्टली। तब उन्होंने जब बताया ना हिंदी में, तब समझ आया कि वो परमिशन लेने के लिए प्रोसेशन की।
मैं वही देख
Then
रहा
I
था,
replied.
पर उसमें यू वर ऑल राइट, देयर वाज नो प्रॉब्लम विद दैट, यू आर फ्लुएंट इन इंग्लिश आल्सो, बट आपको याद नहीं आ रहा ना कि मैंने हिंदी में कब पूछा है, क्योंकि आपके दिमाग में उस टाइम आप बहुत सारी चीजों में डिस्ट्रैक्टेड
यस
थे।
डिफरेंट डिफरेंट क्वेश्चंस जो मेरे को नहीं आए वो माइंड में था। अभी नेक्स्ट जो है उसका ओपिनियन देना वो
तो इस
तो
वजह
याद
से
नहीं
आपको
आ रहा।
ध्यान ही नहीं रहा कि यार ये हिंदी में सवाल पूछा
यस
है।
आई
हिंदी
नहीं
में
आई
जवाब-
थॉट कि आपने मेरे को क्लैरिटी के लिए दिया है कि मे बी इनको समझ नहीं आया होगा।
मैंने जानबूझ के, मैंने स्टार्ट तो इंग्लिश से किया था, पर
हाँ।
बीच में मुझे लगा कि एक बारी मैं हिंदी में पूछ के देखता हूँ कि वो चीज हमें टेस्ट करनी होती है एक बारी।
टू टेस्ट।
हाँ हाँ, कि वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन में ये चीज हमेशा होती है, और मोस्टली स्टूडेंट्स गेट दिस रॉन्ग कि मोस्टली इफ दे हैव स्टार्टेड इन इंग्लिश तो विल मतलब देयर एंटायर इंटरव्यू विल बी इन इंग्लिश बिकॉज़ इट इज डिफिकल्ट टू ट्रांजिशन,
यस सर
है ना। और कोई गाढ़ी हिंदी भी, उत्कृष्ट हिंदी भी नहीं चाहिए, इंग्लिश ही नॉर्मल हिंदी में आप
जी,
रिप्लाई
जी।
कर दो और वो कर दो। तो वो बस याद ध्यान रखना। बाकी हॉबीज में आई ट्राई टू कॉर्नर यू अगेन, वो भी ना बैलेंस ऑफ जजमेंट के लिए ही वो क्वेश्चन मैं पूछ रहा था स्टार्टिंग में अबाउट स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी, कि हमने कॉपी किया है या नहीं किया है, क्योंकि जनरली ये कंट्रोवर्सी उठ जाती है कि आर स्टैंड अप इज
West.
डिफरेंट देन वेस्टर्न स्टैंड अप,
Yes.
और आजकल ना उसी फॉर्मेट में हो रहा है,
यस सर
जैसे इम्प्रोव वगैरह कहते हैं ना।
वही से वो हम कोई उसको इंस्पिरेशन बोल देगा, कोई बोलेगा कि कॉपी कर रहे
बिल्कुल
हैं।
सही जवाब दिया था
अपने अपने उसके
हाँ,
अकॉर्डिंग
और
आर्ट फॉर्म है।
आर्ट फॉर्म को कभी रोकना नहीं
हाँ,
चाहिए,
रोकना
सारे
नहीं
आर्ट
चाहिए।
फॉर्म्स वेलकम होने चाहिए,
बिल्कुल
तो वो अच्छा था आपका। सो ऑल इन ऑल गुड। बाकी कब आपका है? फर्स्ट को?
फर्स्ट को है सर मॉर्निंग
फर्स्ट
शिफ्ट।
को बस ध्यान रखना। बाकी आप यही ड्रेसअप रखेंगे अपना?
नहीं सर ये तो फ्रैक्चर की वजह से मेरे को
हाँ,
ऐसा
हाँ,
करना,
हाँ,
साड़ी
मुझे
है सर
लगा था।
वैसे।
साड़ी है वैसे?
हाँ,
बस
वैसे
ठीक है,
साड़ी
ठीक
है।
है। और प्रॉपर आप ऐसे हेयर टाई वगैरह
हाँ
करके
टाई
जाए?
करके प्रॉपर।
हाँ बिल्कुल ठीक है।
ये
वो
तो
ना
इसकी
वो
वजह से
फर्स्ट
मेरे को करना
इम्प्रेशन
पड़ा, वो तो साड़ी है वो
चलो ठीक है,
स्पेसिफिक है वो।
ठीक है, ठीक है, क्योंकि फर्स्ट इम्प्रेशन बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट
Yes,
होता
sir,
है
yes,
ना,
sir.
इम्प्रेसिव शार्प लगना चाहिए।
बिल्कुल सर उसके लिए तो साड़ी प्रिपेयर है सर लाइट कलर।
चलो बढ़िया। एनीथिंग एल्स यू वुड लाइक टू आस्क?
सर HCS वाला जो मेरा रिप्लाई था वो मेरे को कई
एचएस
बार-
वाला आपका रिप्लाई अच्छा था। अगेन
हाँ।
मुझे ना क्रिस्प नहीं लगा, क्योंकि
Okay.
थोड़ा लंबा या
हाँ।
ऐसे लगा
Yes, sir.
कि आपका
मैं-
प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं था।
मैं उसको थोड़ा सा crisp, वन लाइन
प्रिपेयर कर लेना,
One
वन
line.
लाइन नहीं, चाहे 3 और 4 लाइंस हो, पर वो लगे कि जैसे
कॉन्फिडेंटली, जैसे मेरा इंट्रो है परफेक्ट है कि-
हाँ 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 एक फ्लो है, वैसे ही आप बता दो उस
हम्म।
चीज में, वो प्रिपेयर कर लेना। और अगर काउंटर क्वेश्चन होते हैं, क्योंकि होंगे कि सोशल
ऐसे
सर्विस
बोल
का क्या
सकती
है,
हो ना, प्राइमरीली ये है और सेकेंडरी इसमें करियर ग्रोथ भी है मेरे
पहले
job
से ही
के लिए
बोल
भी
के
अच्छा।
रखो कि देखो प्राइमरीली वो है, बिल्कुल सही है, पर मेरे को ये सारे फैक्टर्स भी, स्टेटस
हाँ।
सबका ड्रीम होता है, स्टेटस
प्राइमरीली
भी
है
है,
एंड सेकेंडरी करियर प्रोग्रेशन अच्छा है, पर्क्स हैं, प्रिविलेजेस हैं, दैट इज
सब कुछ है, वो सारी चीजें हैं। हाँ, वो चीजें रखना है आपने, पर
बिल्कुल।
प्राइमरीली ये है। आपकी जो प्रीवियस जॉब थी, प्राइवेट सेक्टर में थे आप?
नो सर गवर्नमेंट बैंक है ये।
अच्छा, गवर्नमेंट बैंक,
कैनरा बैंक, yes.
कैनरा बैंक, हाँ कैनरा बैंक,
यस सर।
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है। या और कुछ आपने पूछना हो?
और सर
हरियाणा जी के बस जरूर कर
हाँ
देना,
हरियाणा
वो-
जी के रिवाइज
हो
में कर
सकता है कि सारे क्वेश्चंस ही हरियाणा
हरियाणा
पे
से
हों।
आए। ठीक है सर।
पिछले इंटरव्यू में भी आपको ध्यान होगा, काफी क्वेश्चंस होंगे हरियाणा से।
हरियाणा के ही मोस्टली होते हैं।
हाँ हाँ,
लास्ट टाइम भी हरियाणा के क्वेश्चन थे, ओपिनियन बेस्ड से 2-3 और फिर
हम्म।
फैक्ट्स थे, घग्गर
हाँ।
रिवर कहाँ से है,
हाँ,
हरियाणा में कहाँ से आई,
हाँ।
हरियाणा में कौन सी जगह से एंटर
बस
करती है।
बस मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में बोल दिया, हरियाणा ज्योग्राफी और ड्रेनेज जरूर कर
वो
देना।
प्रॉपर मेरे को याद है, रिवर्स तो उन्होंने
हाँ,
पूछी थी मेरे
हाँ,
से,
वो बस देख लेना।
स्कीम्स भी पूछी थी हरियाणा की, स्पेसिफिक हरियाणा के बारे में पूछा था।
तो हरियाणा जीके आप कवर कहाँ से कर रहे हो?
सर एक बुक है मेरे पास जो प्रीलिम्स में मैंने पढ़ी थी, आई थिंक अरिहंत की है मेरे पास ना,
ठीक है,
वो
ठीक है,
स्टैटिक
वो कर
पोर्शन के लिए
लेना। वो कर लेना, एक बस 2 घंटे लगेंगे, विकिपीडिया पर स्क्रॉल डाउन कर लेना,
यस सर।
वो जरूर कर लेना।
और सर ये जो डिविजन्स और ये सब डिविजन्स हैं और ये जो विलेजेस हैं,
आपने
इसकी
ठीक करा
हर एक
जो-
में चेंज है सर।
हाँ
Problem
हाँ,
ये है।
मुझे क्योंकि मुझे वो
Villages
सोर्स
की-
पता है ना, जहाँ से
इसी में
आपने
61
73 देखा होगा,
यस
वो
सर
73 कई जगह लिखे, कई
Google-
जगह 74 लिखा है।
एग्जैक्टली सर। और तहसील्स एंड सब तहसील्स भी डिफरेंट है, कई जगह 140 ब्लॉक्स है, कई जगह 142 ब्लॉक्स है।
कोई बात
मेरे
नहीं,
को
आप
समझ
अपना
नहीं आ रहा।
आंसर दे देना।
ऐसे इट्स अराउंड 140।
हाँ हाँ हाँ, यही आंसर है, अराउंड दे देना।
Yes,
वो
sir.
अगर कहेंगे आपको कि 73 है, श्योर हो 74 नहीं है, तो सर
Might
एज
be.
पर माय इंफॉर्मेशन 73 है, बट
Might be.
पॉसिबल, यू माइट बी
Possible.
करेक्ट सर,
Yes, sir.
यस, ये रखना बस।
और सर हॉबीज के बारे में मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि हॉबीज मेरी कुछ ज्यादा अच्छी नहीं है।
नहीं, अगर है नहीं तो आप जबरदस्ती,
हाँ,
क्योंकि
मेरी यही है,
अगर
मेरी-
आप लिख दोगे ना
हाँ, और
तो फिर
फिर-
वो एवेन्यू खोल देंगे उस पे सवाल को करने के
एग्जैक्टली,
लिए,
कोई
तो फिर
टेनिस
नहीं।
बैडमिंटन इस
हाँ,
ये किसने
हाँ।
जीता, वो किसने जीता,
अब वो
पता ही
फिर
नहीं,
आप
फेक हो
और
जाएगा,
सवाल इनवाइट कर रहे
वो
हो।
फेक हो जाएगा।
हाँ, तो आप रहने दो, जो आपकी हॉबी है
एक्चुअली
जनरली
भी
वही
है
रखो,
ये सर।
वो रखो बस।
पता नहीं, मेरे को ऐसा फील आ रहा था कि बहुत ज्यादा अच्छी
अरे
है
नहीं,
जैसे।
आपने और कौन सी देखी, और आपके बहुत सारे कंपेटिटर्स हैं जिनकी कुछ हॉबी नहीं है,
ओके,
जिनकी हॉबी है वॉचिंग यूट्यूब। किसी ने लिख दिया वॉचिंग यूट्यूब हॉबी है, किसी ने, एक ने लिखा था टॉकिंग टू माय मदर इज द हॉबी।
ओके,
ऐसे ऐसे भी लोग हैं। तो अगर आप सोच रहे हो कि डांसिंग, म्यूजिक, गार्डनिंग, अगर आप ऐसी ये जो हॉबीज होती हैं बहुत रेयर लोगों की होती हैं,
नहीं कईयों की बुक रीडिंग भी, बुक
रीडिंग वगैरह, हाँ, तो
मैंने
फिर आप खोल
की हुई
दोगे।
है 2-4, लेकिन वो बहुत पहले थी एक्चुअली में, वो है नहीं, वो फेक हो
नहीं,
जाएगा।
अभी तो हाँ,
है नहीं।
सवाल तो पूछेंगे फिर उस पे, आपने
बिल्कुल।
खोल ही दिया, वो एवेन्यू ही खोल
Yes,
दिया
sir.
उनके लिए, तो वो ध्यान रखता है। हॉबीज का बिल्कुल ठीक है। हिस्ट्री का आप हिस्ट्री रहने देना, हिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल है, इस पे कोई दिक्कत नहीं होगी आपको। हाँ, हाँ। और अब अगर हम हिस्ट्री पढ़ने बैठ जाएंगे तो फिर बाकी चीजें क्या नहीं
सर,
कर पाएंगे,
बहुत
छोड़ो
8
उसको।
रजिस्टर्स हैं हिस्ट्री।
हाँ, हाँ, नहीं नहीं, छोड़ो, आप हिस्ट्री रहने देना, हरियाणा कर जाना बस,
ओके सर,
हरियाणा अच्छे से कर जाना।
ओके सर,
ऑलराइट।
थैंक यू सर।